Hello everyone, welcome back to the DaniyalZi show, episode 10. I hope everyone had a really good Christmas holidays, and I hope everyone had a really happy new year, and I hope you all have some lots of crazy goals for 2018. Whatever your goals you have, write them down in the comments below. I'll be looking forward to them, and we might even feature them on our Instagram. And today we are with Drummond, a photographer from Pakistan. He just arrived about 3 months ago. He has an incredible story. Myself and the team at Armada Marketing will be working with the to create the incredible documentary and just about all his experiences. And we're going to go through some of those experiences today, just as an introduction to what we're going to be filming. And final product will come out in about 6 weeks with a really wonderful launch, and it's going to be great. For the audience, we're gonna go through a little bit of some questions because, as far as I heard the story, it's been incredible. I don't think I've had an opportunity to meet someone like yourself before, and just having such being the first to know about it, it's just really it's an honor. So Wade is a photographer, like I said, and how did you end up in Canada? Why not anywhere else?
Yeah, as you know, I'm a documentary photographer from Pakistan. I'm working on the different social issues like human trafficking and the human smuggling issues in Pakistan, in Europe. So I worked a lot of different projects on the smuggling issues, so that way I received some threats from the mafias in Pakistan. So that way I left Pakistan and I arrived in Canada for my future, for my work. Maybe in future I will display that work here.
So you received threats from the mafia because you were a photographer.
Yeah, I'm a photographer because especially I'm disturbing of that people's business because it's illegal business. I just expose these issues. So that's why the people just send me the threats.
They send you threats, and of course threats like that, they're scary to you, and and you can't really showcase the work and have an action done if you're being held. Under that kind of pressure.
Yeah, definitely. If I display that work, if I showcase that work in the galleries and for the media, so definitely maybe they will kill me. Maybe because when they send me the threats, and they clearly inform me and send me the message, we will kidnap you.
Yes.
So that's why.
And they do that every day. That's their business.
So they are doing their business.
No, it's insane. Like how are you finding Canada so far? Aside from the really, really cold winter,
it's the really coolest place in the world. I feel it's a safe country for me and for my profession. So that's why I decided I will go there and I will start doing my work here.
And you came alone?
I came alone here.
Do you have any family back in?
I have a family there because I'm a single, but my family, my brother and my sister, there in Pakistan.
Are you worried for them at all, or they're?
Yeah, I'm worried, but I think they are just hitting on me because I'm a photographer.
Yeah. Do you want to bring them here in Canada eventually?
Maybe in future.
In Pakistan, it's not very common to be a photographer, as far as I know, and but doing it is always, it's politically you can change things, and it's very. Interesting field that you don't really see much. How did you become a photographer? Yeah. Especially in Pakistan, how did you get the idea of it?
In Pakistan, usually mostly universities not offering the bachelor's degree in photography. There are small few courses, and so I just took some photography courses before the 5 years, and after that one university offered the graduation degree in photography, so I just took this course and I got the BFA, Bachelor in Fine Arts in Photography. Then I start developing the work. And the same time in Pakistan, usually it's a new medium of the art in Pakistan. So it's a new medium. So that's why, because the people are not aware of this profession. So when they enter the new photography in the market, they explore the issues, they explore the social issues. So that's why they are facing the problems.
Well, it's disrupting, right? It's very disruptive.
Yeah, it's very disruptive.
Against of course, the bad people, the wrong people. It's a good thing. It's disruptive against corrupt people.
Yeah, it's a good thing because when you expose these pupils, when you expose the illegal For example, in the human trafficking issue, when I expose this issue, maybe the people will be more aware of this issue, and it's a good education for the other pupils.
Absolutely. So this education you got in Pakistan for photography, was it very new? Were you the first?
Yeah, it's very new because we are only 3 students who graduated in this field. The first
in the whole
time
country?
Pakistan, in the whole country.
Wow. So you're 3 of the people who actually got a photography degree in Pakistan.
Yeah, in Pakistan.
That's incredible. How long was the degree?
Yeah, it's a 4-year program.
It's a 4-year program, and you were 3. So your professor over there must have been. You must have been a new.
Yeah, it's a new. This form of education is very new for the whole university and the Pakistan.
Just the arts in general, I guess, would be a new field. And what kind of we're going through with your education, so that part of your journey was done, and after you got your education, you're like, okay, now what do I do? What did you decide to do? What was your field in photography?
Yeah, actually, in my second year education, I decided I can become a documentary photographer, like a photojournalism.
Yeah.
I have more. I try to develop more interest in this field. So in third year and the fourth year, I worked on this on the social issues. So that why now I can say I'm a documentary photographer because I'm working on some social issues for the awareness campaigns. So I am a documenting a photojournalist.
How did you know that you want to do this specific type of documentary, like showing the strife and showing the difficulties that people face?
Yeah, I have no concern about the difficulties or the problem because I try to work because I have a more interest in this field. You can say the problems of the pupils is more fascinated for me. So then I decided I work for the human.
You want to work
for the human
and showcase
from the problems of the pupils.
And what do you think? So we won't get too much into it because we do have we are filming something much bigger. But what would you say was the most difficult thing you experienced during your
in Europe?
In Europe, what was the most difficult?
Because it's most difficult when you want to track of the illegal pupils who living in the jungle. So sometimes I face many problems from the forces when I walk near the borders because I have a valid visa on everywhere.
Yeah.
But I face the problems from the forces, from the police. Why are you doing here? Why are you filming? Because I just explored the problems of these pupils because no one know how the human figure, how the human are living in the forest without any food, without any shelter, because they just want to enter in the Europe. So that time I faced many problems.
Of course, and being and I know that a lot of the times the people in those countries, the military, the police, they don't want to show the difficulties that are happening there.
Because basically the human trafficking and the smuggling issues involve some common forces are also involved in these issues. It's a $millions of million business because the average person, if he want to enter into Europe, so
and how much does that cost?
He should pay the one person. He should pay the 8 to 10,000 euro.
8 to 10,000 euros. So that's what 15 to 16,000 Canadian dollars.
Canadian dollars, yes.
And how do they get this money? I mean, like someone poor in Pakistan.
Usually people just sold the houses, sold the land, and they just spend the whole savings.
They basically sell it all in order to,
and
they put all their bets on this one thing.
For one thing.
Just for one thing.
Because they think they can get them better life in Europe.
Do you think that's true?
Sometimes it's true because I saw the many successful stories because before 20-30 years many pupils they cross the border illegally and now they are settled in Europe and they have a nationality in the European countries and they are sending the good amount in the home countries. So some successful stories, but we can't say it's a whole practice is a good thing.
Yeah. Do you think, what would you say it is, maybe a majority of them aren't successful?
Sometimes we can say it's successful, but it's a terrible, it's difficult.
It's very difficult. It's a hard journey, and they're paying everything, right?
Everything.
To get
because if the one person start the journey from Pakistan to Europe, he spends usually 1 or 2 years on this one track.
Track.
Sometimes he's stuck on the one border, sometimes he's stuck on the another border. So he spent the 2-3 months on the just one borders.
And some may even die on the way because it's very dangerous.
Mostly people are because I took the many stories from the specific areas in Pakistan. I met the many families. Still, family members are missing from the last 10 years, last 5 years, last 15 years. And usually, I saw the many news in my local media. On the every week, after 1 week, there is one body coming from the Europe.
Because, oh my God!
Yeah, it's a routine practice in the specific areas.
But there's a body coming from Europe because they just couldn't make it.
They are trying to cross the border. Sometimes they are died from the forces. Sometimes they just drop in the sea.
No, I talked with Ubayd a little bit about this, just preparing for this, and a lot of what he told me was incredible. Like we're gonna go through cities and countries that you didn't expect things were happening, but they are. There's a lot of people here who have no idea how many crazy things are happening in first world countries.
First world country, no one knows.
No one knows, and
because usually media not exposed this type of issues.
And they need to be exposed.
Yeah, they need to.
100% need to be exposed because they're human.
Yeah, it's a human because they are all human.
And I think that's really, and even on top of that, we wanna showcase how photographers are also facing such difficulties, trying to expose the realities of the world.
Yeah, it's true. The mostly in third world countries and the many countries in Asia, the photographers and the other journalists and the videographers are also facing this type of problem from the humans mafia, illegal human trafficking mafia. Sometimes facing the problem from the government. Sometimes facing the problem from the forces.
No, absolutely. And if we don't have a super long show, but I would like to ask you, what would you tell all the photographers that may be facing persecution or like a bad time right now in these countries, and what advice would you give them?
So, I can advise because the photographers try to save yourself first, because sometimes when you're working on these type of issues, the mafias sending the threats. So you need to first to protect yourself
before you can showcase the work.
Before the showcase, if you feel it's a safe place for the image, for your images, for your exhibition, for your publication, then you do it because it's good for the others, for the humans.
Yep. And there's no good just you being kidnapped or you. Yeah. It's not your work is not going to get shown. That's actually really good advice. Just be safe before you start showing your work. Because
if you are safe, then you can do a more work on these type of issues.
Work, absolutely. No, that's good. I mean, I don't have too much knowledge on this subject, but it's the same area, right? Be safe before you start exposing other people.
Yeah.
And other than that, this was our short segment, but that's because we're going to be building a documentary. We're going to be building something much bigger, much more extensive, showcasing Ubayd's work in Pakistan and Europe and the surrounding areas, including Turkey. And I think it's going to be very, very interesting. To wrap it up, this was a sneak preview, guys. This was episode 10. We'll be back either this week or next week, depending on how things go. And we'll be back with a new show soon, very soon. Take care, guys. Bye.